Hello guys, good day. It's been a while. I made a record for you guys on this analyzer the charts. So basically we are on volatility 10 index, and we want to see what the market has for us at the moment. So for me, as usual, I always clean the charts. Now bear in mind, I'm now making use of TradingView, so I've deleted the TradingView implementation and now making use of TradingView. Now the reason for TradingView is TradingView always allows us to show the monthly and the weekly time frame. So you can see at the moment I'm already looking at I'm currently on the monthly chart. So because in trading, being able to see the higher time frame just helps a lot. So that's the reason I'm using the the trading view here. The other one just shows from daily down, so it omits these two, but this one shows all the time frames. So monthly time frame, it's clear it's on a downtrend, which is on volatility 10 is on a pure downtrend, a full downtrend. That's fair enough. And something else to add is so if you want to look at the downtrend, if you look at it, when you connect your trend line from this point, you will see that clearly the market is on a downtrend. So what matters now is how you are able to make use of this information. Now we had a low from here, and then another low, another one, and then from that point price broke, retested, and continued. So let me just show you what I'm saying. So you look at it from this low to this one and to this one. So if we connect it to this one, you can see price did its thing, bounced off here, pushed up, bounced off here, pushed up, and then broke and retested it, and then continued. This is just a lot. This is a lot. Anyone who was able to really see that this was a clear break and retest would have caught almost 2 months of sell, which is just a lot. So now let's try to look at something closer. Now looking at the way this market is here, at this point in this area, it had a base we had this point which we'll call a base, and then price broke to the downside, came back up, respected that zone, and then dropped. So it's the same thing I'll say it's having here. You get, I'll say something like that is what is being formed here. But then when we get to the smaller time frame, we'll be able to see this. Now we'll go to the weekly time frame. Let's see what the weekly time frame has for us. Now on the weekly time frame, it's fair enough to adjust this high and adjust this point. You get, so it's fair enough to do that adjusting. This one is left the way it is. Okay, now I'm doing a little bit of lecture, or we are just doing the same technical analysis though on volatility 10, but we are trying to understand, pick out different points in the market, how it has been moving, so we can use that to be able to understand how we expect it to move. I do that a lot when it comes to market analysis. Here now, okay, let me see if I can make this a little bit thick. Then what I would do is I'll clone it a lot so we can use it multiple times. So what I want to use this for is to mark the break. So we have a break of structure here. There's a point of break of structure here. Now before this one, you can see there was a break of structure here. This break of structure was really, some persons will say it's small, but it's important. Then we have this one, we had this one here. Then we had another break of structure here. We had this other break of structure. Then this one. If you look at what I'm doing, I'm only marking the major break of structures. The smaller ones, they're not really concerning me. So now these major ones is just to detect how price reacted on larger time frames, so I understand what I'm doing on smaller time frame. And bear with me, it's not something we have to rush. We just have to calm down, do our thing, and then pick out an entry if there is any, and we are good. We wait. So that is it. Okay, very good. So I'll come here. We had a break of structure also at this point. This is the weekly time frame. Very good. So we had another one here. We had this other one here, but I won't want to mark it. No need. But this one is not like a very serious major, but on smaller time frame, it's major break of structure. But then we have this one. We have also this break of structure here. And then we have this break of structure at this point also. We also have this one. We also have this break of structure. And then the area we are currently interested in has one break of structure at the moment. So that's what we have on the higher time frame. Now we can go to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, very good. It's able to still give us things to look at or look out for. So let's see how markets reacted coming from the upside. Sorry about this. Oh, sorry, I don't really want all this. So I don't want to come around trying to mark up and name it. We are not really doing ceremony here. We are looking out for a proper entry. So at this point, it's clear we had a good break of structure, and then price got back into this zone which created a break of structure and then sold. So anyone who would have been looking to take an entry on this market would have been looking at taking an entry from an order block around here, and that's really got respected nicely and dropped majorly this other block on 1 hour, but I'm not really interested in that though. I just want to mark it out. Then we have this one. So we have this break of structure here. We have this break of structure here, which is it's okay. So with this break of structure, what can we see? We can see that price did what? It only moved into this area. We expected this level of mitigation and then continued to the downside. This is what price did. But then something happened again. With the help of this next break of structure, price actually got to respect this other block here, which created, also aligned with the mitigation, and then created this drop. This drop also is cool. Made a break of structure here. I call this multiple break of structure. Made a break of structure from the main trend. Also expected this zone and then sold off. Fair enough. Also respecting both the other block and the high. So this is what it respected here. And after that one, we also have this area. Price rallied, or broke structure here and then came back to this zone, respecting. Now, of course, would have been looking at this high. Price didn't come to this higher order block. Didn't come here. It just respected this mitigation and also another block zone, and then sold off nicely. So it's not the best we would have been expecting, but price did that, and it's what it is. Now with this one, we would have been expecting price to do what? With this breakout structure, we would have been expecting price to go down to would have been expecting price to get into this other block, well, mainly, and then drop. But then there was a smaller breakout structure respected. Then price did what? It just came into this other block. And then sold off. Wow, I'm seeing this retracement here. Let's see where the retracement expected. It didn't respect that one. Seeing it's respected here. Just took out this high and then continued. Give a new structure, so it's fine. It's fine. Still fine. And this was a deep retracement, a very deep retracement. It's a whole trend on its own on smaller time frame. It's a whole different trend. These are the kind of trends I like to draw my trend line. This kind of markets, I like to draw my trend line. Now it doesn't mean we didn't have trend line opportunity on that smaller time or all these other charts we've been analyzing. But this trend line is just very nice. Connecting it from the lowest point to this one. This is the first trend line. Connecting from here to this point is the first trend line, and then you have to extend it all the way. But then this is the second trend line, which you extend to this point. So that's that. Then the next one, we have this area here. We have this point. We have a break of structure. And then we have a smaller break of structure. And of these two break of structures, the other block will be marked, which is this one. This is the first other block. And then this is the second one. But price clearly told us that they want to respect this one. It's got into respecting this one, which is still fair enough. And then we have this our break of structure here. Okay. It's a main trend. This trend line is just still respected here. This trend line is just still very A very nice trend line also. And then trend line is just a very nice trend line. Price wanted to drop, it to drop nicely. Okay. There's a clear breakout retest. Retesting this all of this zone and then consuming. And the major point I always say I like this retest came from was this. It respected this mitigation a lot. So guys, this is how I do my analysis. I just calm down, go from the higher time frame. Because I'm not rushing today, that's the reason I'm taking my time to break it down for you. So I tend to just look out for connect the dots from how price has been moving. That will help my brain to be able to really give a proper prediction, which almost most of the time will just go my way or my direction. So that being the case, we are now on the current zone. So now here we have multiple break of structure. We have this break of structure, we have this one, we have a break of structure here also on smaller time frame, but it's very valid, which is this one. Now once you get a break of structure, it's one of the strong reasons you have to be looking for. If you get a break of structure for a sell, it's one of the strong reasons you get that price is going to be coming back to clear this low, create a new break of structure. So it's what it is. So by what we see here, it has given break of structure here. So there are only two things that will happen. Price retraces either to this top side and then comes back down to clear this point, or it will just from this point clear this point, which I think that's not gonna happen now. It's supposed to really maybe get into this point, respect something like a mitigation, and then sell off nicely from there. So there's something I wanted to look out for. You know, this was a clear break of this whole trend. So I want to connect my zone. I want to connect from this low to this point and connect from this high to this point and see something that will play out. Let's see what's going to connect from this new retest. So let me select line graph. I would adjust it. So I would adjust it. Let me just select. So this is basically telling us we had a break into this top side. This break may give a push to this top zone or possibly this mitigation and then a proper sell-off, but that might highly be unlikely to happen. In any ways, let's see how price does its thing. Then I connect from this low to this next low. So let's see what we get from that. Go back to our charts, then we'll pick from the line. So this low is going to be one zone we are going to be looking out for price to react from, either breaking it or retesting from that point. Okay, so This is very valid. So what I see might happen here is it has given a break. It might really, I feel it might really get to push up into this, maybe clearing this high, pushing into this mitigation point and going back down. But then this is a downtrend, and with this downtrend, I feel it might just go up, respect this other block well, and then continue to move to the downside. So that's what I expect. But then let's go to the 4 hours time frame. On the 4 hours time frame, things are beginning to get much more. Without looking at anything much, I know this is another block here, and we have a clear break of structure to the upside here. We have a clear break of structure to the upside here. I understand it's a downtrend, but some persons will be looking out for a kind of selling to the downside, which would happen, but not now. Just let's be patient. So some persons will be looking out for a sell to really go from here down. It would happen, but I don't really expect it to happen now because of how this place is reacting. Now it broke to the upside. This is a breakout structure to the upside. Not really expecting this mitigation strongly, even if still a valid stuff to look out for. So let's see what happens when price gets into this zone. So that's what I'll be putting my mind up for. I would want to see how price will react when it gets to this zone. This 4 hours time frame, and at this point here, also this is 4 hours where price is reacting from at the moment. At the moment, this is a buy, and if I want to jump on this buy, I can't really jump on the buy now. I have to wait for a good confirmation to catch him. But if I were to be using the 4 hours time frame or that block, I would have set a buy limit at this point, then target this high to be good, put stop loss here. But then since I didn't do that, I would simply say let's look at the 1 hour time frame. This is a really cool trade. This is a very good trade. This is a very good trade for a buy. So let's see what happened. Did this price, did it get, so now look at something. It didn't get into this 1 hour order block, but then you see this other block here, it got into it nicely. Like it got into it nicely. Broke structure at the upside, didn't take out this low, and then you can see it's currently moving to the upside. So a lot of people's positions would have really been sitting here well. Now let's see, one method for entry is what I want to see now. I want to use my next method of entry. So my next method of entry is this. Since this level is really not a, it didn't respect this level, so what I will do is I'll wait for a clean break of this zone, come retest. I'll set my entry at the high. When it breaks it, it will tag my buy limit and puts my stop loss automatically here, and then we take it to this top side. At least here will be our TP. It's supposed to even be more than that. The TP is going to be here. So the TP is going to be at the highest point here. So that's what we are going to be looking out for. So this is what we'll be looking out for. So this is the entry we have at the moment. Long. Any point price gets to and then retraces and then closes, it's going to be a buy limit entry. So wherever it retraces to is where the stop loss is going to be. and then the TP is just going to be here. So that is going to be our entry for volatility 10 index. So you can see where we got our entry from, what we are looking out for, and that's it. So let's go back to seeing what looking at the market also again. Okay, I said we were looking at, let's see how price gets to what it does from this point. It has broken structure, so we know for sure we are expecting it to come to clear this low. So the only thing is how far will it retrace. So I expect it should get into this other block and then sell. So let me look for my main proper zone. It's a long trade though. If who holds this could hold this up to this point. Well, let's see if we have a good other block to catch an entry. We'll leave the other block on 4 hours. No need to stress ourselves. Let's watch what the market does when it gets into this. So actually, this is a long trade, but let's just allow and see how the price behaves. So these are analysis for volatility 10. I have this trend line. I know, of course, I'll adjust it down to this point to catch a proper sell. But for now, this is how it is, and let's see how price behaves. It's alright, guys. Peace.